years since I've seen my Impala. Just coming from the city, it was in storage. My brother's truck's heading here too. And finally got it back, so we're gonna be able to do some work on it this fall. I'm gonna get it in the garage. Okay, she's finally in the garage. So this is my 1964 Chevy Impala. I've had this car for about 13 years. It's been my dream car since I was like 12 years old. I finally got enough money to purchase it, and I saved every penny to buy it. And I did as much work as I can on it with the finances I had back then. But I've been trucking this car along with me everywhere I've gone. And because it took me over a year to build this shop, it's been down in a storage unit, and just yesterday, as you've seen, I've brought it home and it's in the garage. So I figured you can see how dirty it is in the back. I'm gonna give it a quick bath and then bring it back in, and I figured I'd kind of show you guys around the car and then let you know what my plans are for it over the winter. And I'm gonna bring this thing back to life eventually. So let's get to it. Driven this thing in, how long has it been, Mads?
No clue, like a year?
Like at least a year. Oh, it feels pretty good to be back in it.
Yeah, Dad.
There we go. Now she's finally found a home. We get some posi on this thing though. No more limited slip.
You're gonna have some mad neighbors soon.
Okay, let's let that smoke dissipate and then we'll do a little tour. Okay guys, this is it. 1964 Chevy Impala. It's not the Super Sport. You can tell by the back, it's got the horseshoe trim. The Super Sport has the straight trim across. This car came stock with the 283 in it, and it still has its original 2-speed Power Glide transmission. But this car was literally a shell when I bought it. It had no engine in it, different tires on it. It didn't run. All the trim was completely missing. So I started with basically that, and what I've done, the first thing I bought, I saved up all my money and I bought this. So 13 years ago, this was a big deal to me. It was a 350 crate engine I got right from GM. I remember the day it showed up. I spent all my money on this engine, and it was the deluxe. It came fully dressed. It even had air conditioning. We actually didn't put the AC in, but I was able to get this thing installed, and it ran absolutely amazing. It's been the heart of the car since the start. So as you can see, it does need some TLC, a good cleaning. but this engine is literally probably only has, oh, I don't know, like maybe 4,000 miles on it, tops. Has only been ridden in the summer, so still got tons of life left in it. Yeah, so that's the engine. I basically did all the body work myself. Definitely not that experienced, but it turned out pretty good. I had a friend paint the car. We rented a booth, and he painted it this emerald green, and we did the white top. And the reason why I picked the green for this car was because it had one of the ugliest interiors I've ever seen. But to do the amount of work in the interior to change it all, it was just too much work for me at that time. So I made the outside of the car match the inside. And it was actually in great condition. There's no cracks on the dash. The carpet's in great condition. There's no rips on the seats. It was really hard to rip this thing apart in the condition it was in. Yeah, so that was kind of the starting point of how the outside of the car was going to look. I put on these are really outdated now, but these were 20-inch Boyd Coddington rims with, I can't remember what tires they are, Falcon, but they're bare as hell, as you can see. I've been doing burnouts in them for a few years now, so they definitely need to be replaced. I have a 2.5-inch exhaust, dual exhaust with the Flowmaster headers, but I never finished the exhaust. It's still hanging really low, so that's another thing that I always needed to do. I'm missing a ton of little trim pieces. I'm missing trim all around here, like this back corner. See, it's popping up in areas. The paint is actually starting to see wear. Some of the bodywork's peeling up, so it definitely needs some attention there. Missing some emblems, things like that. The windshield wipers don't work. That needed to be addressed. The heater core needs to be replaced. It's got an old, outdated stereo, but at the time I put that brand new CD player in, and I put some subs. I can't remember what's in the trunk. Let's have a look. I actually haven't seen in this trunk in well over a year. Oh, what's in here? Well, that's my car cover. What else we got in here? A stroller. There's the amp. It's a kicker amp. It's probably super outdated now. I can't even remember how many watts it is. And then I had this Phoenix Gold 10-inch sub in here. But that's one thing I never did to this trunk, is never finished it. But that's one thing I would totally like to do, is get it all finished really nice eventually. So there it is. That's my dream car that I wanted ever since I was a little kid. And I brought it to reality when I was like 22, and I've been cherishing this car ever since. There's Maddie, my oldest daughter. She started in this car when she was 6 months old. My other daughter's been in it. We've brought it to weddings, graduations, all sorts of things. So if you guys want to follow me along on the build, I'm going to do a build series on this car, do a bunch of cool things to it this winter. I'm building a 2009 Harley-Davidson Dyna for my brother. It's over there. That's going to be a full build series. I got my spray booth right there. That's almost complete. I got a YouTube video coming out for that, as well as an oven that's showing up from Eastwood. So I'll be starting powder coating, making videos on that, custom paint, fabrication. I got a new welder, and I'm going to be creating so many cool things out of the shop. So please subscribe, leave a comment, a like, and follow me along on the journey.